All right, let's check your weather out there with meteorologist Thomas Geboy. You know, Thomas, walking off the plane last night, coming home from Bora Bora, I couldn't believe how warm it was. It's so warm out there.
Yeah, relatively mild, especially for this time of year. Now, as you head out the door this morning, it is a little chilly, but that chill is really not going to be lasting too much longer because as we move into this afternoon, temperatures are going to be a little bit above average, along the magnitude between around 3 to 6 degrees above average for most spots across the Beehive State. But we will see increasing clouds as we move through the afternoon because as we go from this afternoon into tonight, our next system will be moving in, and that'll bring us a chance for wet weather in the central and in the northern half of the state. And then after today, looks like we'll get a seasonal stretch of weather where we could have a couple of chances of seeing some wet weather, but did want to go ahead and reflect on the month of October since today is November 1st. But in the month of October, Salt Lake City picking up almost 3.5 inches of rain. That's well above the normal. That's 1.26, so 1.25 inches, and that makes it the 6th wettest October on record. And just for perspective, again, around 3.5 inches of rain, that's a lot of rainfall in Salt Lake City. A great start to the water year, and the record 3.91, so didn't quite get there, but that's still well above average. And to be in the top 10, especially with the drought that we're in, don't think that we can complain. And any water that we can add on top of it, definitely going to be a good thing. And we are going to be adding a little bit more water on top of that because an upper level low pressure moving in from the Pacific Northwest will start to work its way towards us today. And that'll increase the chance for that wet weather in the central and the northern half of the state from this evening through the overnight hours tonight. And that's really when the best chance for wet weather is going to be. In the mountains, we'll see some snow, but snow levels are mainly going to be around 9,000 feet, if not a little bit below. So those snow levels are going to stay relatively high, but we'll be talking more about more wet weather in the central and northern half of the state once we get into tonight. But in the meantime, just got a beautiful view from Park City. I mean, how nice is that? Still got a little bit of snow on the mountains, a twinkling stars, and with the cloud coverage, I mean, that's just gorgeous. So Park City Mountain looking wonderful, and we'll see a daytime high today of 64 degrees in Salt Lake City. So temperatures about 6 degrees above average. The average high for Salt Lake City today, 58. 64 degrees in Provo, 59 degrees in Price, 68 degrees in Moab, getting close to the 70-degree mark, 74 degrees in St. George, 66 degrees in Lake Powell. And we'll go with a high of 67 degrees in Bluff. So temperatures, again, ranging above average. But as we go through today, as that system moves in, the cloud coverage will continue to increase from the morning into the afternoon. And by around 3, 4 o'clock this afternoon, the chance for wet weather will really start to increase in the northern half of the state, with the best chance for wet weather being during the nighttime hours tonight through the overnight. Still keeping a pretty good chance even through around daybreak tomorrow. So keep that in mind if you're already planning out your Tuesday morning commute. But as that system continues to move down to the southeast, the chance for wet weather will start to taper through tomorrow afternoon. Still keeping a slim chance for some wet weather through around 4 or 5 o'clock. But then by Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, predominantly dry skies, and we'll also have some seasonal weather that's going to be taking us through the middle stages of the week. But when you look at the futurecast rainfall here over the next 24 to 36 hours, you'll see it's mainly concentrated from the I-70 corridor north. Maybe some of the higher elevations in the southern half of the state could get a little bit of wet weather, but those concentrations are mainly going to be in the northern half of the state. Maybe a quarter of an inch, if not a little bit more, going to be a possibility in spots. But for St. George, looking at predominantly dry conditions with daytime highs hanging around the middle 70s more or less through this work week into the upcoming weekend. And we'll see a good amount of cloud coverage for today and tomorrow as well. Along the Wasatch front, we get mostly cloudy skies for today, lower and middle 60s for daytime highs with 64 degrees in Salt Lake City. Showers tomorrow, and the best chance for wet weather tomorrow is really going to be during the first half of the day with a high temperature of 57 degrees. 58 for our Wednesday, then a chance late on Thursday and a chance early on Friday with another quick moving system that'll be moving in before drier skies can carry us through this weekend.